your computer, technical, streaming, and cybersecurity questions. Let me get the live streams going. You are listening to a Faster PC live technical support here on WPSL, heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour on WPSL 1590 AM. We're also streaming live to our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. You can get the links to both of those over at our website, afasterpc.com. Right in the very top of the page, there's a red button that says Live Technical Support. If you click on that, on the left-hand side of that page, you'll actually see various ways that you can schedule live technical support. Did you know you could do that? You can actually schedule a Faster PC technician in shop, on-site, remote, whatever the case is, you can actually schedule it right there. You can also on the right side see various ways that you can listen to and watch a Faster PC live technical support. And of course, you can get your questions answered as well at 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590. By the way, our YouTube views are now over 100,000 views, and we want to thank you guys. If you miss any part of this show, you can go back at your convenience and watch. Or maybe, I'm listening on the radio sometimes, and you know what? If you're driving on the road, you've got to pay attention to the traffic. And sometimes you miss something that was said. You might say, hey, you know what? What was that he said? Well, you can actually go back. You can't go back while the show is live. But right after the show's over, you can go and you can watch the show in its entirety or just watch certain portions. You can rewind, you can fast forward, you can watch the section that you want to watch. And we want to encourage you to do that. So 772-340-5090 is the number to be on the show. You can also type your questions into the live comment section of our live video. We do have technicians standing by, ready to work on your computer as well. And of course, we're here to answer your questions. We have an action-packed show today, and it's going to be hard to get it all in during the radio. In fact, we might have to extend the show out just a little bit beyond the radio time. Obviously, we can't extend the radio because there's someone else coming after us. So we can't do that, but on the live stream, we can actually extend the show, and we probably are going to have to do that today. And we can do that, also, if you have questions, we can fit those in as well. But we have really a packed session. We want to go over and continue our talk about how to purchase a new computer that's better, more capable, and faster than the one you already have before or the one that you currently have. And here's the deal. It may seem like that's a no-brainer. It would automatically be, but every year, let me tell you, we have people that purchase computers that are slower than the ones they already have. Also, in addition to that, Microsoft and Adobe just released their Patch Tuesday patches. We'll be going over those patches, how you can protect yourself from them. And in addition to that, we also will be going over the biggest, most critical threats that you're facing this week. And probably we'll roll it out into an extended session because we did start to go over this last week, how to watch Christmas movies without cable TV. But we didn't quite get all the way done. We ran out of time. But what we'll do is we'll go over that in an extended session today. And of course, if your questions come in, then we'll probably have to roll some of the other content out to an extended session as well. But what we want to do today is just go over really purchasing a new computer. And how do you purchase a new computer that's better, more capable, and faster than the one you already have? This is very important. It's something that is very necessary. And like I said, you may just assume that when you go out and buy a new computer that it will be more capable, that it will be faster, that it'll be better than the one you already have. And certainly it'll be newer, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's faster. Every year we have customers, even though we provide this service and we train you, you don't even have to be a customer. You just have to be a listener. And you can learn how to buy a new computer that's faster than the one you already have before, that's more capable than the one you already have before. And this is something that's really important for you to learn because, again, every year we have customers that buy computers that are slower or less capable, don't have enough storage space, don't have enough RAM, have a slow processor. They ask us, why is this computer so slow? They assume that they have too many files on it. They want to clean up the files. They want to delete files. And we just have to tell them, you know what? Deleting files isn't going to speed up your computer. You bought a slow computer. I'm sorry. You bought a slow computer. And you know what? If you buy a slow computer, that's not something that you want to have. You want to have a fast computer. If you're buying something, don't you want it to be better than what you have before? That what you currently have, don't you want it to be more capable? So we'll talk about that right now, actually. So so we have talked about here. We have talked about how you can actually purchase a new computer. And what we've done, I actually went over, and you'll have to go back several weeks. So went over how to actually, well, I went over first of all what computer model that I probably will never purchase again. I also did a overview where I went over the various components, CPU, RAM, hard drive, and went over the various components. Did another session where we went over different types of computers, desktop computers, laptop computers, all-in-one computers. And even we talked about different operating systems, Windows versus Mac versus Chrome OS, and the differences between those. We've gone over how you can actually purchase a system that has a faster processor than the one you currently have. Also, last week we went over RAM, random access memory. What is it? How can you actually make sure that you are actually going faster or have enough? How can you make sure that you have enough RAM? So today what we'll do, I'll switch over to a full screen and we'll actually launch File Explorer. And when I launch File Explorer, what I'm going to do, and I did that by holding down the Windows key and pressing E. So I held down the Windows key, I pressed E. That launches the File Explorer. My computer actually probably has more drives than your computer. Your computer is probably only going to have a C drive. If you have a DVD drive, it's going to you're going to see that there as well. That might be a D drive. You might have an extra partition. I actually have one very large drive, a 4 terabyte drive in my computer, and I've partitioned it into 3 partitions. And I'm probably going to take this data partition and maybe get rid of that or actually resize that so I can have more room for my primary partition. But what you want to look at is really your primary drive, your C drive. Most of your data is probably on the C drive. What you're going to do is right-click on this, and you can actually see it shown how big the drive is, how much is free. In my case, my drive, it says that I'm 464 gigabytes. I have 119 gigabytes free. Now, here's one thing about drives. When it says how many gigabytes you have, there's 2 ways of calculating size of data. The technical way is that one kilobyte equals 1024 bytes. That's the smallest level. And then 1000 kilobytes equals 1 megabyte. 1000 megabytes equals 1 gigabyte. 1000 gigabytes equals 1 terabyte. It's actually the metric system. But hard drive manufacturers, that first 1024 bytes equals 1 kilobyte, hard drive manufacturers round that down to 1000. So that extra 24 at that level, when you're multiplying by millions, can really make a big difference. So when you right-click on the C drive and you go down to Properties and left-click, what you're going to see is you're going to see the full amount of the drive. And so you see that this drive is almost 500 gigabytes. A hard drive manufacturer would call this a 500 gigabyte drive, even though it's technically 464 gigabytes. And again, in my case, this is just a partition. It's a smaller portion of the drive, but you can see the amount that's used. You can also see the amount that's free. And really, you're going to want to look primarily at the used space. And what do you want to do? How do you clean that up? Or do you make sure you get a computer that has a drive big enough? Now, we actually have a customer that bought a new computer last year, and he bought this computer. The computer is faster than his computer. It has more RAM than his older computer, but his drive was only 60 gigabytes. Now, 60 gigabytes, almost no one can use a drive that's 60 gigabytes. He had Windows operating system installed there and a few programs and zero data. And he was out of space with 60 gigabytes of storage space. So you want to look at a computer that has enough storage space. You see, in my case, 371, I really am using more of this drive than what I should be using. I really should have I should have more free space on this drive. Definitely, when you're looking at a new computer, though, you want to look at how much space you have, and then you want to make sure that you're buying a computer that has ample enough space so that if you gather more files, if you have more pictures, if you have more videos, whatever, more music, that you have enough room for all of that. And so looking at drives, a lot of the computers that are more higher end are going to have 500 gigabyte or 1 terabyte. You also want to make sure that this is a SSD drive, solid state. Most computers are going to have solid state today, but much faster than a platter drive. And we can also upgrade your current drive to a solid state drive as well.
You're listening to a Faster PC radio here, heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour right here on this station and stream live to our Facebook page. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, ready to answer your computer questions. So you know what? If you have questions, well, we can't answer them unless you ask them. Our number, if you want to have your computer questions answered, is 772-340-5090, 772-340-5090. Also, you can type your questions into the comment section of our live Facebook video that's happening right now over at Facebook. You can go there, search for Faster PC. We have almost 23,000 likes, or you just go to our website, afasterpc.com, click on the link to listen to a Faster PC radio. We're here. We're ready to answer your computer questions, and we'll be right back to do that. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC. Hackers are constantly looking for ways to break into your computer and network to access your data and hold it hostage. Think this can't happen to you? Think again. Hackers regularly target small businesses. A Faster PC has produced a cybersecurity crisis report that goes over urgent and critical protections every small business must have in place now to protect their bank accounts, client data, confidential information, and reputation from the tsunami of cybercrime. To access this report, give us a call at 772-878-5978 or download the report today at
www.afasterpc.com.
That's www.afasterpc.com. Cybersecurity problems?
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC is located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie, next to Dollar General.
To access this report, give us a call at 772-878-5978 or download the report today at afasterpc.com.
You need a Faster PC.
772-878-5978. Microsoft's end of support for Windows 10 is here, and if you continue to use Windows 10, your computer will be increasingly susceptible to security vulnerabilities. A Faster PC can upgrade most computers to Windows 11, even if Microsoft has told you that your computer doesn't support Windows 11. And we can even do so remotely without you needing to leave your work or home. Don't be a sitting duck for hackers. Let a Faster PC upgrade your computer today. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
When you need to protect your computer from hackers,
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC is located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie, next to Dollar General.
and on the web at
www.afasterpc.com. .com.
That's www.afasterpc.com. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
www.afasterpc.com. 772-878-5978. Welcome back to a Faster PC Radio. I know you've been waiting, well, a whole few minutes for the next segment of today's show. If you've been waiting to give us a call so that you can get your computer question answered, well, now's a great time to give us a call. Give us a call. The number here at the studio is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590. Of course, if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to call and be on the radio. This is your opportunity, by the way, if you do want to be on the radio. But if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to be on the radio, you don't want people to hear what you say, then you can actually head over to our Facebook video. It's a live Facebook video going on right now. You can head over there. Just go to www.afasterpc.com. Click on the link to listen to a Faster PC Radio. That'll take you to our Facebook page, or you can go to Facebook, search for a Faster PC. You'll find our page. We have between 22 and 23,000 likes. You'll be able to actually get over there, scroll down on the page a little bit. You'll see the live video, and you can type your question into the comment section. Now, your question doesn't have to be on what we've been talking about. It can be on any topic as long as it's computer related. So head over there and you can be on the show, or just give us a call, 772-340-1590. We did also want to remind you that we have technicians standing by, ready to resolve computer problems. Our number in the shop is 772-878-5978, and we are located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie. Again, the number is 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Yes, you do. And welcome back to a Faster PC Live Technical Support. Before you finish wrapping those holiday gifts, we need to talk about something critical that just came out. And no, I'm not talking about the latest smartphone or gadget. I'm talking about December's Patch Tuesday. And this month's update includes a security flaw that hackers are actively exploiting right now. That's right. It's important to get this update installed because hackers are utilizing this to break into computers right now. So you want to get the patches installed. And you know what? If you have Windows 10 still, you need to get updated to Windows 11 so that you can get these updates so that your computer can be protected. So we're also going to reveal why Microsoft Office users have been in the crosshairs for 11 months straight. Discover a shocking vulnerability in AI coding tools that could let hackers hijack your computer, and find out why one specific email could completely compromise your business. So stick around to the end because we're going to share exactly what you need to do to protect yourself. Whether you're running a business or just using a computer at home. And here's the thing, let's dive into this month's Threat Tuesday or Patch Tuesday. So let's dive into this month's Microsoft and Adobe Patch Tuesdays. So let's start with the most urgent issue, the one that hackers are exploiting in the wild as we speak. This is CVE 2025-62221. And it affects the Windows Cloud file systems. Now, I know that sounds technical, but here's what you need to know. This is what security experts call a privilege escalation vulnerability. Think of it like this. Imagine a thief breaking into your building's lobby, and this flaw gives them a master key to access every floor and every room. That's essentially what this vulnerability does for a hacker. The real concern? It affects every supported version of Windows. Whether you're running Windows 10, 11, or your business is using Windows Server, you're vulnerable. And remember, hackers are already using this in real attacks. Microsoft has rated this a 7.8 out of 10 in severity, which might not sound catastrophic, but here's the kicker. Attackers often combine this type of vulnerabilities with other exploits to completely take over your system. First, they get in through one door, then they use this flaw to get the keys to the kingdom. And speaking of getting the keys to the kingdom, wait until you hear about the Office vulnerability that has been a problem almost the entire year. But first, remember when I mentioned that Microsoft Office has been in the crosshairs for 11 months straight. I wasn't exaggerating. This month, Microsoft patched 2 critical vulnerabilities in Office. But here's what makes these particularly dangerous. The preview pane is the attack vector. We've been talking about this really almost every month of this year. Let me explain what that means in plain English. You know that when you click on an email in Outlook, you can see a preview of the message without actually opening it. Or when you hover over a Word document, you see a little preview. That's the preview pane. These vulnerabilities mean that simply previewing a malicious file or email could infect your computer with malware. You don't have to click open. You don't have to download anything. Just hovering over the wrong email could compromise your entire system. And this isn't a new problem. This marks 11 consecutive months where Microsoft has had to patch a critical Microsoft Office bug involving the preview pane. That's almost an entire year of your business email and documents being at risk. Here's what really concerns me. If you're a Mac user running Office LTSC for Mac 2021 or 2024, these updates aren't even available yet. Microsoft is promising that they're coming, but in the meantime, Mac business users are sitting ducks. Now you might be thinking, okay, I'll be careful with my emails. But what if I told you there's another Outlook vulnerability where replying to an email could get you hacked? We'll get to that in a moment, but first, let's talk about something that affects the future of how we work, and this is AI. If you and your employees use AI coding assistants, and more people are, that this next vulnerability should make you sit up and pay attention. This is CVE 2025-64671. It affects GitHub's Copilot, which is one of the most popular AI coding tools on the market. Even if you don't code yourself, your IT department or your developers might be using this tool every single day. Here's what makes this scary. Hackers can inject malicious commands into files or AI servers that Copilot interacts with. When your developer uses Copilot to help write code, these hidden commands can piggyback onto legitimate operations and execute without any additional confirmation. Think of it like this. You ask your AI assistant to write a simple program, and while it's helping you, it's also secretly installing a backdoor that gives hackers access to your entire network. This vulnerability is publicly known, which means hackers around the world are aware of it, and they're likely developing ways to exploit it. The security researchers who analyzed this even said, and I quote, "I expect we'll see many more bugs like this in 2026. As AI tools become more integrated into business operations, these kind of vulnerabilities are going to become more common. The tools that are supposed to make us even more productive can become our biggest security liability." And speaking of email threats, there's still that Microsoft vulnerability I mentioned. We're just where just replying to a message could compromise your system. Plus, we haven't even talked about Adobe's updates yet. That includes one that affects 139 different security flaws. Let's talk about CVE 2025-62562, the Outlook vulnerability that could turn your regular business email into a disaster. This one's interesting because it requires the attacker to convince you to reply to a specially crafted email. Now, you might think, I'm smart enough to not fall for that. But here's the thing, these attackers are getting increasingly sophisticated. The email might look like it's from your bank, your supplier, or even a colleague. It might be part of an ongoing conversation thread. The hacker just needs you to hit reply and type a response. What's puzzling security researchers is that Microsoft rated this as critical only for SharePoint Enterprise Server 2016, but gave it the same severity score across all platforms. If you're running SharePoint 2016 in your business, this should be a top priority of you to make sure that this is patched. But here's what's really concerning for businesses. Email is how we communicate. It's how we do business. And attackers know this. They know that in a busy workday, you're going to reply to dozens or even hundreds of emails. All they need is for you to reply to one of these malicious emails, and they're in. Now, before we get to what you need to do about this, let's quickly cover the Adobe updates, because while Microsoft grabs the headlines, Adobe quietly patched 139 vulnerabilities this month. Adobe released 5 security bulletins this month addressing 139 unique vulnerabilities. But before you panic at that number, let me put this in perspective. Most of these, and I mean most, are cross-site scripting bugs in Adobe Experience Manager. If you're not running a major website or enterprise system, these probably don't affect you directly. But there are a few Adobe updates that you do need to pay attention to. First, Adobe Reader. A lot of people use Adobe Reader to view PDFs, the PDF viewer that almost everyone has installed on their computer. Adobe patched 4 vulnerabilities, with 2 of those allowing hackers to execute code on your system just by getting you to open a malicious PDF. Think about how many PDFs you open in a week. Invoices, reports, contracts. Any one of those could be weaponized. Second, if your business uses ColdFusion, Adobe's web application platform, there are several code execution bugs being fixed. Adobe has marked this as priority 1, development or deployment, which is their highest urgency level. Even though there are no active attacks yet, the vulnerabilities are severe enough that Adobe expects the attacks to develop quickly. And here's a pro tip that a lot of businesses miss. If you're running ColdFusion, you need to implement Adobe's lockdown guide. Installing this patch is one step, but properly configuring your security settings is equally important. The lockdown guide tells you exactly how to do that. The good news about Adobe's patches this month, none of the bugs are being actively exploited yet, and most updates are priority 3, which is Adobe's lowest urgency level. So while you should definitely install these updates, they're not quite as urgent as some of the Microsoft patches. All right, so we've covered actively exploited Windows vulnerabilities, Office bugs that have plagued users for 11 months, AI coding threats, and Adobe's massive update. But what does this mean to you? How do you protect yourself? And that's what we're going to cover next. So let's zoom out for a moment and look at the big picture, because these numbers tell us an important story. With the December release, Microsoft has patched 1,139 vulnerabilities in 2025 alone. That's the second largest year on record, trailing 2020 by just 111 vulnerabilities. What does that tell us? The threat landscape is growing. The threat landscape is growing, and as businesses move more operations online, as we adopt more cloud services, as AI becomes integrated into everything we do, the attack surface keeps expanding. And it's not just the quantity of vulnerabilities that's concerning, it's the sophistication. The AI coding vulnerabilities we discussed, that's a completely new class of attacks that didn't even exist a few years ago. Attackers are evolving their tactics as fast as technology evolves. Here's what this means for business owners. Cybersecurity can't be an afterthought anymore. It can't be something you deal with when you get around to it. These vulnerabilities are being discovered and exploited faster than ever before. And for home users, the days of running free antivirus software and hoping for the best is over. For home computers, your home computer likely contains your banking information, your personal documents, your family photos, your tax records. That data is valuable and attackers know it. The reality is this: patching and security updates aren't optional anymore. These are essential, and the challenge is that the updates like these come out every single month. So you want to be on top of installing them. And if you need help installing them, a Faster PC does offer managed services where we can automate the updates of these security threats to make sure that your computers are protected. Give us a call, 772-878-5978.
You're listening to a Faster PC radio heard on this station every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back for the final segment of today's show. Listen, if you want to get your computer questions answered and you haven't called in, now's your opportunity. In fact, this is your last opportunity coming up, 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. You can also head over to our Facebook page, and you can actually, from the Facebook page, you can type your computer questions into the comment section of the live video, and we'll cover them on today's show. But you know what? You've got to get over there right now or give us a call, 772-340-1590, so we can answer your computer questions. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC. The one thing we hate to hear after someone's hard drive dies is, "I was just about to make a backup." Just about is not good enough. At a Faster PC, we can recover data from family hard drives, but not all the time. And we can't recover your data if it's stolen or destroyed by fire, unless you have a backup. We can't recover your data if it's encrypted with ransomware unless you have a backup. A Faster PC can protect your data from loss by hard drive failure, fire, theft, sabotage, and ransomware. Don't wait until it's too late.
You need a Faster PC.
When your data is important,
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC is located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie, next to Dollar General.
and on the web at
www.fastpc.com.
that's www.afasterpc.com. When you can't lose your data,
Don't you know by now you need a Faster PC?
give us a call today at 772-878-5978.
It's that time of year again. No, Cliff. The time that we remember and celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. This Christmas season, don't let hackers crash your holidays. While you're wrapping gifts, cyber criminals are unwrapping your network. December is when most let down their guard. Updates get skipped, passwords get shared, and one careless click can ruin your holidays. That's why we're offering a free network security assessment, a quick, no obligation audit to reveal hidden risks before the new year. To get your free cybersecurity audit, visit
www.fastpc.com.
fasterpc.com/radio offer. That's fasterpc.com/radio offer. Or call a Faster PC today at 772-878-5978. Again, that's 772-878-5978. Cybersecurity problems?
You need a faster PC.
Welcome back to a Faster PC Radio. This is the last segment of today's show. We'd love to answer your computer questions, but if you don't call, we can't answer. Give us a call. The number to have your computer question answered is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590, or you can hop on over to our Facebook page, a Faster PC, and actually from there, you can type your question into the comment section. So again, just a few more minutes to answer your questions. We did want to remind you also that not only can you ask your questions at the Facebook page or by calling 772-340-1590, but you can also watch the video as well. So some of the questions that I'm answering, as I answer those questions, I'll be able actually to show you the steps that you go through to resolve computer problems. And if you're not where you can watch it right now, that's fine. You can watch it at your convenience shortly after the show's over. It'll be up there on our Facebook page. You can get there one of two ways. Either go to our website, fasterpc.com. We have a link that says listen to a Faster PC Radio. If you click on that, it'll take you to our Facebook page, or go to Facebook and search for a Faster PC. We also wanted to remind you that in the shop, we have technicians standing by today to work on computers and resolve computer problems. We're at 7190 South US 1, and our number in the office is 772-878-5978. And of course, we're here to answer your questions. Well, your computer questions, and we could answer other questions, but we're here specifically to answer computer questions. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Yes, you do, and we are back. You're listening to a Faster PC Live Technical Support. I'm your host, Brian Longworth, and we are back to help you learn how to protect your computer. And let me switch over real quick to the live videos, just see if there's any questions. I don't see any questions that have come in over that. So one of the things we do here on a Faster PC Live Technical Support, every week we go over the biggest cybersecurity threats of the week so that you can actually be aware of these, so that you can know, so that you can be alert. And listen to this. Imagine your Android phone suddenly locks and a message appears, pay within 24 hours or lose everything. Your business firewall bypassed with a fake login. Your Apple device compromised by sophisticated attackers you'll never see. This isn't a nightmare scenario for tomorrow. These attacks are happening right now. I'm going to bring you this week's cyber threat rundown. And what I'm about to share affects every device you own, every business you run, and could hit you before this video ends. Stay with me because at the end, I'll show you exactly how to protect yourself. So welcome to this week's Cyber Threat Rundown from a Faster PC Live Technical Support. I'm Brian Longworth, your host. I'm covering the most critical cybersecurity threats affecting business owners and everyday users right now. In today's rundown, you'll discover a brand new Android ransomware that locks your phone and threatens to destroy everything. How hackers are bypassing VPN security at 7,000 IP addresses simultaneously. Critical flaws in Fortinet system that 150,000 devices might be exposed to. North Korean hackers using blockchain technology to hide their attacks. Apple's zero-day threats that are being exploited in extremely sophisticated targeted attacks. And a Windows flaw so serious that hackers released an unofficial patch before Microsoft. Here's the thing. I'm going to explain these threats in plain English, tell you what you really matters for your business and personal devices, and most importantly, show you what you can do about it. So if you're thinking this is too technical to me, stick around. That's why I'm making this video. So let's dive in. Let's start with something that could affect the phone in your pocket right now. Security researchers have discovered a dangerous new Android malware called DroidLock, and it's unlike anything we've seen before. Here's what makes it terrifying. Traditional ransomware encrypts your files and demands payment to unlock them. DroidLock is smarter and even scarier. Instead of encrypting files, it takes complete control of your phone. It locks your screen with a full ransom message, changes your PIN or password so you can't get back in, and threatens to wipe everything within 24 hours unless you pay. And here's the worst part. It can actually do it. The malware has 15 different commands that it can execute, including lock your device permanently, factory reset your phone, erasing everything, change your security settings, steal your unlock pattern by showing a fake screen, access your text messages, call logs, and contacts, even remotely control your screen and watch everything that you do. And get this, it can even turn on your front camera and take pictures of you. Right now, it's targeting Spanish-speaking users through fake app download sites. But here's what you need to know. If this campaign is successful in Spain, it will spread globally. How does this infect you? Through phishing websites that look legitimate. They'll offer a fake system update or an app that looks like it's from your cell phone provider. Once again, if you install it, game over. The critical lesson here, only download apps from the official source, Google Play or your phone manufacturer store. And if any app asks for accessibility services permission, be extremely suspicious. That's a key that unlocks your entire phone. If you're a business owner with employees using personal or company Android devices, this needs to be discussed in your team meetings. Stay tuned because later I'll talk about professional security services that can protect your business from threats like this. Now let's talk about something that might shock you. Your business VPN, virtual private network, might not be as secure as you think. A massive attack campaign has been targeting Palo Alto Networks' Global Protect VPN system, used by large enterprises, government agencies, and service providers around the world. Here are the numbers that should concern you. Starting December 2nd, over 7,000 IP addresses began simultaneously attacking these VPN login portals. We're talking about 2.3 million attack sessions trying to break into these systems. And it's not random hackers. These attackers are coordinated, sophisticated, and they're coming from known malicious infrastructure. Now, Palo Alto Networks confirmed that these are credential-based attacks, meaning hackers are trying to guess usernames and passwords, not exploiting a software bug. That might sound better, but here's why it's actually worse for you. It means they're targeting the weakest link in security, humans, beings, and weak passwords. So these attacks are started on Global Protect VPNs, then pivoted to SonicWall firewalls the very next day. Same fingerprints, same patterns. These attackers are systematically probing business networks. So here's what this means for you. If you're a business that uses VPN systems, Palo Alto, SonicWall, or anything else, you must enforce multi-factor authentication immediately. A password alone is not enough anymore. Think about it. If your employees are logging in to your company network, from home with just a password, and hackers have 7,000 IP addresses trying to guess it. How long until they succeed? And here's the scariest part. This has happened before. In November, we saw similar attacks. In October, another wave. This is a continuous evolving threat. The takeaway, your VPN isn't a magic shield. It's only as strong as your authentication process. Multi-factor authentication isn't optional anymore. It's essential. And speaking of business security systems that are under attack, we need to talk about Fortinet. There's 2 critical vulnerabilities just disclosed in FortiOS, FortiWeb, FortiProxy, and FortiSwitch Manager. Both rated 9.8 out of 10.0 in severity, and that's about as bad as it gets. Here's what makes this particularly nasty. These flaws allow attackers to bypass FortiCloud single sign-on authentication by sending a crafted message. Translation, hackers can gain full administrative access to your firewall without knowing any password. Think about that. Your password, your firewall is supposed to protect your business, which with this flaw, it becomes the front door that attackers walk right through. Now, the good news is that Fortinet has released patches. The bad news, this feature was automatically enabled when administrators registered their devices with FortiCare unless they specifically turned it off. And many businesses might not even know they're vulnerable. If you're running Fortinet equipment, and many businesses are, you need to either disable FortiCloud SSO immediately or update to these patch versions right now. And while we're on enterprise systems, SAP just fixed 3 critical vulnerabilities across multiple products. SAP runs the business operations for countless companies worldwide. If you use SAP software, these patches need to be applied yesterday. Similarly, Ivanti released fixes for a critical endpoint manager flaw that allows remote code execution. I know patches and updates sound boring, but here's the reality. Every day you delay patching these systems, you're leaving a door wide open with a neon sign saying, "Hack me." If managing these updates sounds overwhelming, and it should, because it is complex, that's exactly why professional managed service providers exist. And that's what we are here at Faster PC. More on that shortly. Now let's talk about something that sounds like science fiction, but it's 100% real and happening right now. North Korean hackers just deployed a new malware called Etherrat, and it uses blockchain technology to hide from security systems. Here's how sophisticated it is. Most malware connects to a server that security companies can block or take down. Etherrat is different. It uses Ethereum smart contracts, the same technology behind cryptocurrency, to hide its command and control server. The malware queries 9 different Ethereum nodes simultaneously and only accepts commands if the majority agree. It's using blockchain security against us. You literally cannot take it down. You literally cannot take down its control server because it's distributed across the blockchain. How are they getting in? By exploiting React to Shell, a maximum security severity vulnerability discovered just a few days ago. In fact, we talked about this last week. So you need to make sure that you're protecting yourself against them. There's also Windows falls and ransomware attacks that are out there. And there's another zero-day threat that we talked about in Apple devices. If you have an iPhone, you need to make sure that you're installing these. Now, this is a lot to take in and a lot to really comprehend. And, whether you're a business owner or you actually are just a regular computer user, you need to be safe. And we're not mentioning this. We don't go over this to scare you. We go over this to really alert you, to let you know about what needs to happen so that you can install the patches. But if that's too much for you, or you just don't know how to deal with that, well, you need a faster PC. Give us a call, 772-878-5978, 772-878-5978. And we can actually protect your computer. We can actually go over how we can protect your system. In fact, go to our website at fasterpc.com where you can download a free cybersecurity report and also schedule a discovery call with me. Again, 772-878-5978. We're coming to the end of today's show, but if you've missed any part of this show, want to listen to or watch it again, or want to share it with your friends, head over to our website, fasterpc.com, and look at the top of the page. Right in the middle, there's a red button that says Live Technical Support. Click on that button. On the left-hand side, you'll see various ways that you can actually request live technical support from a Faster PC's technicians. On the right-hand side, you'll see how you can listen to and watch a Faster PC live technical support, including on the radio, on the TuneIn app, on your Alexa or Google speakers, and on our podcast, as well as links to both our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, where you'll not only be able to hear the show, but also see the show. We also have links to our YouTube channel's video page where you can watch individual segments, and then also our shorts page where you can watch little snippets of a Faster PC live technical support. We're open today until 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, we're open from 9 to 5, and next Saturday, we'll be open from 9 to 2. We want to invite you to listen to our church radio show tomorrow morning here on WPSL at 10 a.m. You can listen to other sermons on our church website, covenanttabernacle.com, or our church YouTube channel, Covenant Tabernacle World Outreach Center. If you have any computer questions for next week's show, you can type those into the comment section of our live videos over at YouTube and Facebook. Again, you can get the links to both of those by clicking on the live technical support button at our website, the top middle, and you can request live technical support on that page as well. Computer problems?
Don't you know by now you need a faster PC?
They say this is the most wonderful time of the year. Why? Because God sent his only begotten Son into the world. He came as a babe in a manger, but ended his life dying on the cross so that your sins and my sins can be forgiven. If you don't know Jesus as your Savior, I invite you to repent of your sins and cry out to God for salvation through Jesus Christ.
WPSL Port St. Lucie.
Legal twist. I'm Paul Stevens, Fox News. The California National Guard and
Okay, for those that are still on the live stream, we are going to be going over how to watch Christmas movies without cable TV. So you can actually see this. You can go over this. We go over how to watch various content. And if there's content out there that you want to watch that we haven't covered or you would like us to cover, just present that to us. Leave that in a comment section in one of the live videos that's going on right now, or even one of the videos that you see on our YouTube channel as well, and we'll cover that in a future video. But hey, if you're out there and you want to watch content, if you're out there and you want to watch Christmas movies without cable TV, this is the show for you. So we're going to go over some of the ways that you can do that without cable TV. And of course, there's the traditional way, where if you have a DVD or a Blu-ray, or you go out and buy a DVD or a Blu-ray, and you do have to have the Blu-ray player or DVD player then connected to your computer, you can watch it that way. We have a lot of the videos and movies that way, and you just have to buy them once and you own them. There are new ways, and we'll go over that in just a minute. There are new ways that you can actually purchase the videos, the movies, without actually owning a DVD or needing a DVD player. We'll go over that in just a moment. You can also get a digital antenna, and with the digital antenna, you can capture what is being broadcast over the air. So you have Fox, you have CBS, you have ABC, you have NBC. There's other channels that are out there. And really with every channel, you get multiple channels. You don't just get one channel. There's about 5 different channels, some of them in Spanish, some of them for kids, some of them have oldies. Each of these channels, each of these stations actually has multiple channels. Now, with doing it this way, you would have to watch the movie when it's being aired or get a digital video recorder and actually connect that to your system and program it to actually download and record the movie when it comes on, and then you can watch it at your convenience. Now, one of the things I'm going to do, I'm going to switch over to a Roku device because you can actually watch a lot of movies on Roku as well. And if your TV, a lot of TVs, some TVs have Roku on them. If your TV has Roku on it, then you don't need to actually buy a Roku. But if your TV doesn't have Roku, you can actually buy a Roku device. There are also, in addition to Roku, there are other streaming platforms out there. Amazon Fire TV or Fire Stick. You have Google TV. You also have Apple TV, and these are all ways that you can actually watch TV. But I'm going to show you a Roku. So if we go over here to Roku, one of the things we can do, you see, first of all, there are various links here, and if we click on this, then it shows that there are various ways that we can watch. Like here's Dr. Seuss's The Grinch That Stole Christmas. So if we click on this, we see that we can watch this with Peacock. We can sign in or subscribe. Also Fubo, Prime Video. So if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, that's another way you can watch this. There are 4 additional ways that you can watch this. So again, Peacock, sign in or subscribe. Amazon, sign in or subscribe. Fubo, also Sling. You can actually purchase it from Apple TV for $3.99. From Fandango, you can purchase it for $3.99. From ROW8, you can purchase it for $3.74. Now, if you do purchase it, it's a digital copy, and you would actually be able. Well, let's just click in here. Let's say we wanted to do this from Apple TV. So sometimes you'll be renting the movie for the price that's listed, and sometimes you'll actually own the movie so that next year you can watch it as well. So we're going here, and they do have a subscribe or where we can log in with a remote. I actually don't have an account there, so we can rent this for $3.99. We can also buy it for $9.99. So if you want to buy it, own it, that's about the same price it would cost you if you were buying a DVD or a Blu-ray. So, but let's go back out to the home screen. And so at the home screen, we can actually even search. So we can search for Christmas movies. And what we'll do here, we actually will just type in Christmas movies. And in fact, all I did was type in C. They know that Christmas is a lot of what people are searching for. So we're going to just click on Christmas movies. There are a lot of different Christmas movies out there. Now, one of the things I will tell you that has changed the landscape of movies is that Fox did sell their movie catalog to Disney. So the Home Alone 2, Home Alone 3, Santa Claus 2, a lot of the Christmas movies out there are now owned by Disney. Now you can subscribe to Disney and you can watch these movies. You can also, just because they're owned by Disney doesn't mean they're not available on other platforms. You can still watch them. Like if we wanted to watch Home Alone, we can click here. And we see Home Alone. We can watch it on Disney, sign in or subscribe. We can watch it on Hulu, which is also owned by Disney. We can watch it on Prime, where we can actually purchase it or rent it. And so we see here various ways that we can actually watch this. Now, there's Rediscover Television. That does have a subscription, but you can watch a lot of things that way. Let's see if we went into Prime, Amazon Prime here. We can see what we need to do if we wanted to watch Home Alone. And so this is asking me because I am logged in. We do have a subscription, but this is not included in the subscription. So I can rent the movie for $3.99. I can buy the movie. Now, normally that would be $14.99, but they have a deal where I can buy it for $4.99. Now, what does that mean if we buy it? So if we buy it, then we own it, but it's available to us in the Amazon app. So we would be using it. You could view it online. You could view it on a Roku, on any device where you can install the Amazon Prime app. You can also buy a bundle for $9.98. Now, if we buy a bundle for $9.98, this gives us Home Alone and Home Alone 2 for $9.98. That's better than you can get, if you were to buy the DVD individually, it would cost you probably at least $9.99 for one DVD. So that's one way that you can watch this. Now let's go back out to this search. And so if we wanted to search for a specific movie, now you see that Home Alone does come up in the list, but there's also A Christmas Story. There's Christmas with the Cranks and The Santa Claus. And so you see the Polar Express. There's various movies out here. So if we wanted to look at how we could watch The Santa Claus, again, it's owned by Disney, so we can watch it with a Disney subscription. We can also subscribe to Hulu, which is, again, owned by Disney. And you can also get it from Amazon Prime and Apple, Fandango. And so various ways that you can watch this. Now, I will tell you also that there are a lot of movies available completely free on Tubi, on Pluto, and on the Roku channel. So if we go into if we go into Tubi here, we can actually search for Christmas movies. Now, some of the movies may be available on demand, which means you can watch them at any time you want to watch them. So here we have Tubi is loading up, and Tubi is completely free. So we can actually go up here and we want to go and search. And so what we'll do is we'll actually search for Christmas movies and see how smart this is. So not quite as smart as Google is with YouTube. And okay, so we're gonna just search for Christmas movies. You see, as we start, we see a lot of content actually coming up on the right. So what we could do, let's say we wanted to do, here's Tyler Perry's Medea Christmas. You see a lot of different movies coming up. Christmas in Compton, Christmas Break-In, Christmas in Willow Creek. So a lot of this, now some of these are going to be Hallmark, some of them are going to be smaller movies, and you'll see a lot of free movies available, and Christmas in the Rockies, so a lot of different availability. If we wanted to actually go in and look at some of these, we could actually do that. So let me find one that maybe, let's see here, Christmas. So you see there is quite a bit of content out there that is available for free, and again, this is completely free, and you can actually watch this on Tubi. So Christmas at the Holiday Inn, we can just click play, and this will actually just start playing. Now there is commercials. With free stuff, you're going to have commercials, and you know what? It's okay. You're going to have commercials. That's the way it is. Now, we can also go over to the Roku channel, and with the Roku channel, there's free content as well. and we can actually search. And here's, look at this, Miracle on 34th Street. So we can actually watch this, and you can actually watch it for free on the Roku channel right now. Again, when you're watching things for free, you're going to see ads. That's the way it is. That's how they're paying for that. You're going to see the ads, but you're able to actually get in there. You're able to watch this, and you'll be able to actually see how things are. You'll be able to actually watch the movie. So now let's go back out to the home screen. If we go back out to the home screen, we can go to Pluto, and on Pluto, there are some content that is available on demand, and there's also channels that play movies, and you can actually subscribe and with this, but it's completely free. You can log in if you want to. This is actually loading content that's from there, but we want to actually just do a search. So when we do a search, you see Miracle on 31st Street again coming up there. And so if we start searching for and start typing in Christmas, then we'll actually start getting more content that will show up. Actually, some of it's getting a little bit less specific. So, but yeah, so here we have Christmas Break-In. Some various content that is coming up that we can actually watch, again, completely free. And some of this may come up on demand, and some of it may be something that you have to watch when it is on the air. So here's a Christmas Carol, 1954 version. And we also can go to YouTube itself. So on YouTube, there are a lot of movies, a lot of Hallmark movies available for free, a lot of Christian movies, and some of these will be Christmas movies as well. So we're going to go into YouTube. We'll just do a search here for Christmas movies. And so what will actually, you see a lot of people, they're showing you, here's Christmas movies. I just typed in C, and you see Christmas music comes up number 1, Christmas movies. And this is just based on what other people are searching. And so you're going to see various content that is available, and this is based on the search engines. Christmas Angel. Some of these will be, again, maybe a little bit less budget. They won't be quite as you know what? I'm searching for Christian movies. So let me change this here. I'm going to clear this, and I'm going to search for Christmas movies. That will help out, help me be able to find this a little bit better. So we'll actually, let's see here. Okay, so I see Christmas movies, full movies down here. So we'll actually search for Christmas movies. And so we have, now some of these will be actually where you actually have to pay for it. And then you see YouTube Premium movies. You'll actually have to pay or subscribe or actually pay in some way. But there's also searches, and again, a lot of free content. Some of these, here's a Christmas Carol, the Spirits of Christmas Change, A Miser's Heart. And you can actually watch this. There's one movie that I watched last year that is similar to that story, based on that story, and it's a more modern day Christmas movie. You see Frosty's Winter Wonderland, and a lot of these, the Walton's Christmas movie. And some of these will be more current stuff. Some of them will be Christmas Eve Miracle. Some of this will be older content, and some of it will be actually content that may be Hallmark, maybe Christian movies. Here's the one, the girl. Well, this is one that I've watched. It's not really Christmas, but it is a Christian movie, and so I think we're we're getting away from the original search there. But you do have various content that you can watch completely free. And of course, if you have a particular movie, let's even just search for that. We saw Christmas with the Cranks. So let's go back out to the home screen of Roku. We can actually search for various things. So we're going back to the home screen, and let's see, we want to search. Okay, so we have various movies that do come up automatically, and that's based on what we have searched for in the past. And so we're going to actually start looking at this. There's Christmas, National Lampoon Christmas Vacation. That's a real funny one. And here's Christmas with the Cranks. Wanted to show you this. Again, this is owned by Disney now. So, but there's 8 ways to watch. You can subscribe to HBO Max on the Roku channel, or there's other ways that you can watch. You can watch it on Prime Video. Again, this is going to be something that you're going to pay for, where you either rent it or you can actually own it. And again, when you own these videos, you're going to access that through that service. So it's going to be important with any of these, if you do purchase, that you maintain your username, your password. You know how to get into that, and you keep that secure so that you don't lose access to that, because that's where these movies will be if you actually purchase them outright. So that's how you can watch various Christmas movies without cable TV. Again, some of the movies you'll be able to watch completely free. Some of them will require a subscription. You can get some of the movies actually through Paramount. Paramount you can get for free if you have a Walmart Plus subscription. Some of the content is free if you have a Amazon Prime subscription. And then other content you may actually have to buy. And you again have other free content that you can access on Tubi, on Pluto, on the Roku channel, and on YouTube. And I'm sure there's other networks out there that have free movies as well. But great ways that you can take part in this, that you can watch free movies without cable TV, or low-cost movies without cable TV as well.